hold on. I'm talking. Wait, hold on. I'm talking online to this dude real quick. He just said something about Larry Bird. Hey, how you doing, Kyline? I heard what you just said about Larry Bird being OP this year. Listen, no disrespect to you, brother, but Larry Bird was OP in real life. Okay, Larry Bird was overpowered in real life. This is how he always was, bro. This is how he played. Okay. So no, man, I ain't buying that, man. Larry Bird should be OP because he was OP in real life. Shit, that brother was unguardable. Like Magic Johnson as well. Hold on, man. I'm talking. Because you on. I'm talking online right now. I'm online. Yeah, you don't want yourself. Yeah, I'm talking about man Kyline. He be chilling there. I appreciate it, but man, like Larry Bird, boy, the fadeaway. Look at that. Just getting the moves down for the season. I ain't used to playing with his move set. The whole boy he got it all, boy. Post up game, step backs, turn around fade from 20 feet. I missed that one. Step back, hit fake, then pull it. Yakko. Oh, you talking about that ultimate team shit? Oh, I don't fuck with that ultimate team shit. I don't support that, man. I refuse to support. I only support the offline, the one-on-one shit. I will not give 2K any of my money, man. I pay for the game. That's it. I refuse to buy it at that my player garbage and at my team garbage. Like whatever happened to be able to just make your team and play on offline mode. I got to go through all this just to be able to make a team on my season mode. I should be able to do that and come into the damn thing and do a draft. But Larry Bird, man, shoot. That's just Larry, man. Larry's. Listen, man, when you talk about true great offensive players, there's only three that come to mind. Everybody say Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant ain't, no. When you really need to get a shot off, I'm talking about when you really need to get a shot off, there's only three players I've ever seen that can get their shot off with 3 dribbles consistently. That's it. Everybody else, you see him, like they say Kyrie Irving and all that stuff he be doing. That brother, he a great player, but he be taking like 8 dribbles to get a shot off. That's not real. To me, that's not real great handles. Great handles is when you can get your shot off anytime you want, when you got to get it off. Because and think about it. If it's a 5-4-3-2-1 situation, you ain't got time for 8 dribbles. You ain't got time for 8 dribbles, man. You need somewhere I can get that ball, turn, head fake, pull up, cash. We out of here. We out. Just like that. Just like that. Larry going up the court. That's what you need. That's why Jordan was so hard in the clutch. That's why Bird was so hard in the clutch. That's why Kobe was so hard in the clutch. They can get their shot off so quick. They ain't got to resort to all that James Harden garbage. All this. Look at all this. Think about this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You ain't got the shot off. You still dribbling. Because you can't get your man off of you. I have to go 8 dribbles deep. Kevin Durant the same way. They great players, but then they got limitations, man. But you ain't gonna hear that, in the media. They because the players yesterday were just much more. The game was just much more of a thinking man's game, whereas now it's just more free flowing. Get what you can get, and we'll just see what happens in the last 5 minutes of the game, and then we'll play defense, and then hopefully we can win. That's not the way it used to be, man. So that's just that ain't my 2 cents. That's what the tape don't lie, man. Go watch. Just the tape don't lie. Matter of fact, I was just watching last night. I was watching the 1985 playoffs. The 85 playoffs. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's real handle. Real handles is when you can beat your man when you want to. That's real handles. That's why to me Larry Bird had great handles. I ain't never seen Bird struggle to get his shot off ever. Ever. Now I understand everybody want to go for all you want to go behind the back every different way, which is fine. But at the end of the day, if you can't beat your man when your man need to be beat, do you really have handles? That's what a handle to me is. Can you beat your man real quick and just get it over with? Not have to sit up there and go 12 dribbles deep before you can get your shot off. That ain't true handles to me. That's just ball control. You know what I mean? You got the ability to control the ball and do tricks and stuff. That's nice. But can't you execute your man efficiently and get a shot off when it's time? That's the difference between Bird, Kobe, Jordan, and all the other guys. All these other guys, they can't do it like that. Even Allen Iverson was like that. Great as Iverson was. Great as Iverson was, he had to take at least about 4-5 dribbles to get his shot off at times. Great as he was. Steph Curry's the same way. Steph Curry be like that at times. I mean, you remember, like case in point, you remember 2016 NBA Finals, Game 7, when Curry got matched up with Kevin Love, had a mismatch. Embiid's got a pretty good game. But if you remember 2016, Game 7, with about maybe 40 seconds to go, Curry got matched up with Kevin Love on a mismatch. What did he do? Over dribbled like a mug, looking for a step back three. When he could just beat the man quick with a quick drive to the basket. LeBron that came over to help. He had Clay in the corner right over for a three or a layup, or he got fouled. It would tie the game up because Curry ain't gonna miss from the damn line. I got faith in Curry. I got faith in Curry at the line. He ain't gonna miss. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell people, look at the last 5 minutes of Game 7 in 2016 and compare those 5 minutes and how that game was played to the last 5 minutes in 98 finals in Game 6 in Utah. Look at how both of those teams executed. This is basically the same scenario. It's a 1-point victory on a game-winning shot for a championship. It's the same scenario, except one's a Game 6 and one's a Game 7. Other than that, it's the same scenario. Look at how Chicago and Utah executed. Even Utah, even in defeat, they didn't beat themselves. Golden State beat themselves in that Game 7. I'm sorry. There was so many bad shots and bad decisions in the last 5 minutes. It was ridiculous. They beat themselves, man. Utah may have lost that stuff. They lost to Chicago. They ain't beat themselves. 5 minutes in Game 7 in 2016. And you will see it's not a talent gap. It's a decision-making gap between. These players are great. These players that are playing there are great players. Everybody wants to say talent. It has nothing to do with talent. It is simply about discipline in half-court situations, being able to play defense and recognizing your mismatches and taking advantage of them when you have them. That's the biggest difference in today's game versus what was going on back then. That's why these players today, in my opinion, wouldn't be able to compete. It has nothing to do with talent. They clearly can play. Talent is not even remotely the problem. It's decision making. And the coaching. The coaching is not what it used to be. Because coaches don't have no authority no more. I mean, then again, when you got a player making more than the coach, I mean, it's kind of hard to do that. Player is more valuable to the team, so they gonna side with him. I mean, how many times LeBron James gotten coaches fired? Ridiculous. Like imagine. Now I know people might say Magic Johnson got Paul Westhead fired with the Lakers. That did happen back in 1982. That did happen, but that was a special situation because Paul Westhead wasn't coaching good. Now imagine Tim Duncan getting Greg Popovich fired. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine someone like Bill Russell getting Red Auerbach fired? I don't think you could. But today's NBA coaches ain't got no sway, man. They just there as figureheads, like babysitters. They just basically high-paid babysitters now, man. Get out there, run the court, shoot some threes, and all right, go ahead. Yeah. Players today are good, man. Anybody that says that players today suck are idiots. The talent is fine. The problem is decision-making and the attention to detail, and then having varied skills. Like there's just no attention to other aspects of basketball. Everything is based on the perimeter game. Like nobody cares about taking advantage of mismatches. Everybody's relying on small ball too much. And when you rely on everybody's doing the same thing, then it comes down to whoever has the premium of that style is going to win. Because there were jump shooting teams back in the day, but they could never beat those teams because other teams would take advantage of their weaknesses. Like Case in point, you go back and look at the Pistons in the early 80s. They were a jump shooting team with the Isaiah Thomas, Kelly Tripucka, Greg Long, with those guys. They were a jump shooting team with Bill Laimbeer, too, with being a stretch five. But they could never beat the Celtics. Why? Because the Celtics would destroy them inside with Parrish, McHale, Bird, Cedric Maxwell. Just post them up all day because they're too small. And when you got a team shooting 65% in the paint for a full game versus you, there you go. High point handoffs and pick and roll. There you go. There you go. There you go. Yep. It's the same shit, man. It's the same shit. Every fucking game. It boggles my mind when you see, like, I remember last year, you remember the Indiana Pacers and the Celtics last year playoffs? I'm sitting there watching Pascal Siakam and Miles Turner with probably one of the best mismatches in the playoffs that I have seen in the post. Probably, I want to say really since, damn it, from a Twin Tower standpoint, it's probably the best mismatch I've seen down low since Duncan and Robinson played against Utah. I remember when they played against you, even though Utah was competitive, the size mismatch between Duncan and Robinson basically being 2 7-footers who are skilled. Miles Turner and Pascal Siakam going up against the Boston Celtics, they didn't have any of. I mean, they had Jason Tatum trying to guard Pascal Siakam, and they never posted him up. Not once that whole series. I'm like, how does that happen? There's no way Tatum can guard him on a low block. Like, just get him on a low block. You said there are teams I don't like watching, and the Pacers are one of them. Yeah, the Pacers are like, I don't understand the Pacers, man. They got all that size, but they play as though they're a small team. It makes no sense. That team should be destroying teams most any night. They have a significant size advantage most every single night they play, and they never use it. It's always Pascal Siakam and Miles Turner, high pick and roll, stepping out for threes. They never send these guys to the low block. Get them in the lane. Pascal Siakam is a long dude with good rhythm. He should be able to shoot a jump hook in the post. Like, just get him here on the low block, 2 dribbles, fake, fade, there you go. Or flash him across the lane. Have Miles Turner set a pick for him in the lane. He'll come in, catch it right here, turn, jump hook. That's okay. Offensive rebound because you got the size advantage. Go back up strong. You know what I'm saying? There are so many things. Like, yeah, Jalen Brunson is 6'1". Yeah, I mean, I remember if you were watching my Michael Jordan series, I played the Knicks with my team Jordan, right? And they were putting Josh Hart at power forward. So I took advantage of him. What did I do? I put Andre Drummond at power forward, and I posted the living daylights out of him. And they couldn't do anything about the game, but 2K couldn't handle it. I beat that team because Andre Drummond just kept destroying them inside and getting double teams and kicking it out to shooters. I mean, how hard is that? Just set a screen. You just have Miles Turner come in here, set a screen for Siakam. He'll roll around. You'll have your point guard up here high, looking for your high cross. He'll pass it up in here deep, catch him a quick hitter. At 6'11", over a 6'5" guy, even if he doesn't hit it, you're going to have the rebounding position advantage because you're taller. I mean, dude, it's elementary offense, dude. It's elementary shit. It's not hard. Not hard at all, man. When you're talking about dealing with mismatches, when you got a 6'11" guy on a 6'5" guy, and you're not going to that, or even I think Jason Tatum's like he's 6'7". Jason Tatum isn't even a physical player. He's more of he's a perimeter guy. He's not a good post-up defender. Then again, in today's NBA, who really is a good post-up defender? Because nobody posts anymore. They don't practice the skills. That's the problem. They don't practice the skills anymore. It's all about perimeter offense. There's no point. The coaching in today's NBA is fried because everybody is, like you said before, high pick and roll. Same thing. This is why the Golden State Warriors were allowed to dominate. I say that. No disrespect. They were allowed to dominate the NBA because they had a premium on the same style that everybody's playing. If, like I said before, if everybody's doing the same thing, and if you're the best at that same thing, you're going to win. You're going to win. You're not facing any counter style. That's why the war. In the case in point, that's why the Cavaliers were able to come back and beat those guys. If you go back and watch the 2016 finals, the first 4 games, Cleveland was getting into a pissing contest with Golden State from the 3-point line. They lost it, of course. Of course they would, because they're not a better shooting team. But from game 5 on, it was LeBron and Kyrie Irving and Tristan Thompson destroying them in the paint. Destroying them with one-on-one, because Golden State has no shot blocking. They have no... You take Iguodala and Klay Thompson out, they don't have any good one-on-one defenders. They just don't. And Klay Thompson, he's a good defender, but there exists no world that he could guard Kyrie Irving in space. He just can't do it. And LeBron James on a fast break is one of the great weapons in NBA history. We all know this, especially in his prime. So Golden State has no shot blocking. Their transition defense is not that great, except for Draymond Green is good, but come on. He's only one man. He's not going to stop. He's not going to stop that for a 7-game series. So what happens is they got killed on the boards. If you go back and look at the rebound, I think in game 7 they got out rebounded 3-1 on the rebounds. The free throw line was just atrocious. But of course, you're going to get free throw. Cleveland got to the free throw line because they were being aggressive, going to the basket. Whereas Golden State, what they're doing, they're doing this, coming down. You got Klay Thompson coming up doing like this. When doing that type of stuff, when you got Kyrie Irving on you, you should be posting Kyrie Irving up. If I'm playing that whole entire series, they never posted up Klay Thompson on Kyrie Irving. It baffled my mind. Like they used Livingston to post him up, Sean Livingston, but they never went to Klay Thompson because Klay Thompson plays more minutes. Why would you? Okay, you're willing to post up Livingston on him, but you won't use Klay Thompson, who, in my opinion, is a better shooter. He's more likely to score and draw a double team than Livingston would. They never went to it. The whole series, 7 games. They just let Kyrie Irving off the hook for 7 games in the post. Never used it. It's amazing. It's just amazing. I just couldn't fathom it. I was like, how are you not posting this guy up? But that's how Cleveland won. I mean, it was bad decision. I mean, Golden State beat themselves. Hate to say it, man. I mean, Cleveland, give them credit, but damn, like I said, go back and watch the last 5. I believe YouTube has it, where you can just type in last 5 minutes of the 2016 NBA Finals. Type that in and then type in last minutes of the 1998 Finals and watch both of those 5-minute videos back to back. And you'll just see the decision because it's eerie. I think Steve Kerr is a great coach. I think Steve Kerr is the right guy at the right time. I think Steve Kerr has a good basketball IQ. I mean, the fact of the matter is, the man played, I believe, 16 seasons in the NBA. That ain't no accident. He knew how to make himself valuable. He knew how to make himself valuable. He always attached himself to players and teams that were better than him because he was a spot-up shooter who couldn't move and catch and shoot. Guess what? I'm playing with Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. Perfect. They're going to draw double teams. All I got to do is stand in the corner like this, wait for the ball to come, and do this. Buckets. That's all I have to do. Now, is Kerr a great coach? I think, again, let's take a look. Let's do a time travel. The Golden State Warriors, as we know them, were already being built before he even got there. Mark Jackson actually was the one that stewarded the ship. And as I said before, the NBA has become a league where everybody is playing the same style. So, do I think he's a great coach? No, I do not. No, I do not. I've never seen him have to close. He never had to do what Pat Riley did. Remember Pat Riley? Remember, Pat Riley is one of the people responsible, along with Jerry West and Jerry Colangelo, they're responsible for building the show. Turns around, builds Showtime, and then goes and builds one of the best defenses in NBA history with the New York Knicks and then the Miami Heat, and turns those into winners. Now, they didn't win the championship, but they were there every single year in the 90s. You get a Pat Riley, and then he takes a team in 2006 that was just on that with Dwayne Wade and Shaq, who were struggling. He takes over and then takes them to the championship. That is a great coach. Pat Riley is, in my opinion, you take Phil Jackson out an hour back, I don't see how you couldn't put Pat Riley as maybe the greatest coach of all time. If you took out Phil Jackson and you took out Auerbach, I don't see how it gets any better than Pat Riley, because he's been in. No other coach has been in as many diverse situations and came out winning more than Pat Riley. Pat Riley has been in so many diverse basketball situations with different types of styles and has coached them to winning situations. He's had an abundance of talent. He's had minimum talent. He's had defensive teams, offensive teams, balanced teams. That's a great coach. Steve Kerr has done nothing like that. And Riley did it at a time when the NBA was diverse. He did that at a time when the NBA was diverse. So, no, Steve Kerr, a great coach, not in my book. Not in my book, man. I don't even think coaches are allowed to be great anymore. It's not even his fault, because coaches have little to no impact in the game anymore. There's little to no impact. I mean, when's the last time you seen somebody have a career like Jerry Sloan where you stayed with a team for 17 years? Greg Popovich? Maybe. That's it. And that's because the Spurs are they're a special franchise. They're kind of like the Spurs, they're like the Pittsburgh Steelers of the NBA. The Spurs have become like the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have more, they're counterculture. They don't feed into what everybody else is doing. Like the Pittsburgh Steelers of the NBA. So yeah, that's my take on that, man. I think Kerr is he's not a stupid man. He's a very smart, shrewd guy. It's just the state of affairs of the NBA today. Coaches aren't allowed to be great. Like I said, I was bringing up Pat Riley. Someone like Pat Riley wouldn't Pat Riley wouldn't happen today because they wouldn't allow it. You wouldn't have that kind of leeway to have that much input, that much leeway, and to be able to go through what he went through. You said Mike Malone for Denver's been there for about 10 years? Okay, that's nice to hear. I didn't know that. That's nice to hear. They've had some success recently. And I like what they do with Jokic out there. I think Jokic has been a breath of fresh air for the NBA. Because Jokic is, in my opinion, he's exposed what everybody's saying the NBA is a guards game. I say, bull, the NBA is a big man's game now. Because the game has been so spaced with all the great shooting we have now. The game is so spaced that you have endless opportunity for, like, could you imagine Olajuwon or Shaquille O'Neal or Wilt Chamberlain or any of the great centers they have played before to play with this kind of space around the basket now? Because you gotta understand, let's take it from Wilt's point of view. When Wilt Chamberlain was playing, guys were spotting up right here. I shit you not. This was considered to be a long-range attempt in Wilt Chamberlain's day. That's a long-range shot. They were spot out, and Wilt will be posted up. They post Wilt here. Your spot-up man's right here. There's no spacing, basically. So essentially, Wilt Chamberlain is getting triple and double teamed every single time he touches the ball because there's no spacing. Now, could you imagine Wilt Chamberlain today when you got guys who are spotting up 30 feet from the basket while this man is just motoring himself in, coming across the lane, receiving attempts from right here, drop stepping with nothing but space to work with? Imagine Shaquille O'Neal. Even in Shaq's time, they didn't get that kind of spacing. So I think what Jokic has done, he's exposed the NBA to, it's a big man's game. If you're willing to play that style. See, a lot of guys today, they're not willing to do it. They just think, because a lot of these kids, they grow up thinking that playing with your back to the basket is something to be, to be laughed at. Like I don't understand it. I look at film. I go look at film of Kevin McHale. Kevin McHale was spectacular in the post. I look at film of Karl Malone when he's back to the basket. Barkley. I thought Barkley when he got older, his post game got better when he was older. Like you look at Barkley when he got with the Houston Rockets, he was a dominating post up player, despite being older with less hops. He was better in the post with less hops than he was when he was younger. Go back and watch Barkley from 1997 to 1999. His post game was far better than it was when he was younger, despite being less athletic. So yeah, man, I think what they're doing out there in Denver has been a breath of fresh air. Said Boogie was on that, could play inside and post. Yeah, Boogie Cousins. Boogie Cousins he was doing some pretty special things. There's no question about that. Yeah, Boogie Cousins was a breath of fresh air too at that time because the NBA was, you know, I've said this before to anybody that will listen. Basketball is a special sport because it's a team it's a team sport while at the same time being a one-on-one sport. It allows limitless expression. What that means is, yeah, they call you a point guard, they call you a two guard. I remember Jalen Rose said this before too. Like those positions were made to help fans identify what was going on the court. But in reality, when you're talking about skill sets, there are no limitations but what you are willing to bring to the game. Basically, whatever your talents or what your skill sets are what they are. Like, remember, case in point here, Larry Bird is 6'9". When Bird was playing, if you were 6'9", your ass was around here all day. 6'9". Don't you ever come foul line extended. Ever. But his skill set, homeboy could get you going. Baseline pull up. Top of the key. Post up fades. From the wing. Head fake, stop and goes. Catch it on the catch. Dribble up. Elbow jumpers. 6'9" guy moving that gracefully. You're only limited by your imagination and your skill set. So that's why when people say, "Oh, I only can play this way," like some of the best post-up players I've seen have been under 6'5". Remember Tim Hardaway? Tim Hardaway, Hall of Famer, about time, by the way, should have been done years ago. Tim Hardaway is one of the best post-up players of all time. Gary Payton, one of the best post-up players of all time. These are guys who aren't even tall, and they were dialing it around the basket. Oscar Robertson. Remember Oscar Robertson? Go watch what Oscar Robertson did. Oscar Robertson in his heyday, about 6'4", close to about 6'3", was a dominant post-up game. Dominant post-up player. And then when you start talking about the inverse of that, look at Dirk Nowitzki, a 7-footer who could turn and face and take guys off the dribble, 3-point line extended. I mean, we all remember Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki on the angle, getting here, stopping, popping, and fading, doing that. How many times have we seen Dirk Nowitzki do that move? On the wing, catch it, get it go, get him on the hip, throw the fade from that side of the court. How many times? Dirk Nowitzki was like a nightmare turning and facing, and he's 7 feet tall. He's about the same height as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar almost. But they play totally differently. It's your skill set. So basketball, there are no limitations, man. It's not like football. See, football, as great as Tom Brady was, or Barry Sanders was, or Reggie White, those guys would never work out together. You know what I mean? They're all legends, but you get a field with Tom Brady, Barry Sanders, Jerry Rice, whoever you want to put out there from a different position. You get these great players out there. As great as they are, they would never be in the same camp together because you have a running back camp, you have a quarterbacks camp, you have a defensive lineman's camp. Basketball, it's just, bro, what do you want to do today? You want to work on our jumper? Huh? You want to work on our post game? Want to work on our footwork? Our defensive fundamentals? How about come out catching and shooting, coming left, catching and shooting right? There are no limitations. So these NBA players today, man, they just choose to focus on what they think is cool more than what's really effective. And I get it. You grow up watching Kobe Bryant, you grow up watching Jordan or wherever you were, Tracy McGrady. Those are the guys that the NBA put out there. I get all that. But the reality of it is the league has always been dominated by guys who have multifaceted games, guys who can hurt you from multiple places. It's always been dominated by players and teams that had that. Going all the way back to the George Mikan era, when they had George Mikan inside and he had good guards on the outside helping him. Going all the way back then, look at the Bill Russell Celtics. Yeah, Russell was a dominant defensive player, but John Havlicek got buckets. Remember, John Havlicek, I believe, is still the all-time league scorer in Boston Celtics history, not Larry Bird, not Paul Pierce. I believe he's still the all-time league scorer. I believe he is. Think about that. With no three-point line. John fucking Havlicek. all them great offensive players that played for the Celtics, and he's still the all-time league scorer. John Havlicek. He got buckets, bro. Okay? Don't let nobody ever fool you. Yeah, his game may have not been flashy, but the brother could not be guarded. God rest his soul. So, but yeah, man, I'm just sitting here practicing with Larry Bird, just trying to get his moveset down. This is pretty interesting because I've started this series where I've got and guys, let me know what you guys think about this court design. I decided to go the whole, the blue collar look because it's Larry Bird. He's just blue collar. I decided to go and just give him a basic ass court. Like, because guys think if Larry Bird was to do this for real, he wouldn't try to be all flashy like that. He would just come back, some t-shirts, pants, get some shoes on. Let's just go. We don't need all that crap. Just give me a court, give me a ball, and give me a basket. And I'll give your ass a show. That's what he would do, I think. Exactly. It's exactly what Bird would do. Got just got the little t-shirt on. He like that shirt looks like something he just pulled out of it, like his it's like his wife his wife bought it. The shirt, like his wife bought it for him or something, doesn't it? That shirt. Like something from the 80s. He just got off Laraway or something. like a great value Larry Bird jersey. A great value one. But Bird wouldn't care. Bird would go out there and drop 40 in sweatpants. He wouldn't give a fuck, man. That's just that kind of guy he was. But Magic, let me go ahead and put Magic on. Go ahead and put Magic on here. Switch over to Magic. Let's see what's going on. Now check out Magic's court. Magic's got to have all the glamour and the glitz. Gold. Loose jerseys. Playing out of Las Vegas. Got the gold in the background. Showtime Las Vegas. Got the Jets Pizza. I don't know where I got that from. Freaking Jets Pizza getting some love out here. I don't know if you guys ever had Jets Pizza before, but got the old school Pepsi from the 80s. Tell you, Magic got one hell of a dribble package, though. I tell you that, man. He's basically unguardable. Like, his package is sick. Look at that right there. That is sick, man. I love this guy's game, man. I could watch Magic. I could watch Magic Johnson and Larry Bird play every day and never be bored. That's how good they were, man. Because they made the game fun. It wasn't just about them. Like, I know everybody likes Michael Jordan and everything. I love Jordan, but there's something about Magic Johnson when he gets that ball on that fast break, man. It is something else. Like when he gets that ball on that glass, he just comes up the court like a man possessed. It is something else. Let me go ahead and put it in scrimmage mode. Go scrimmage mode so I can go ahead and do a little practicing with Magic and his boys. So I'm still getting used to playing with their style. And I hate how 2K changes the camera angle like that. I wish they would just give you, because for each mode they give you only like one or two angles. It's ridiculous. I don't know why they do this. They just totally trying to find a decent angle to play this on for my own benefit and you guys. I want you guys to have a good experience watching it. What do you guys think? Rail good? Player lock? So you can't even use player lock except here, which I think is weird. You only can use it. That's just so stupid. You can't customize. You can cut. Yeah, you can customize courts. Yeah, yeah, man. You gotta. Yeah, I tell you why. You gotta get off that ultimate team, man. I tell you, the offline experience is where it's at, man. But no, man. Serious. But uh, yeah. You can customize the court. You can remember. Did you watch my Jordan series on my channel where I took Michael Jordan from '91 and made a whole team around him? Did the same thing. And I had like about several different courts throughout the whole entire year. I think I had one for this regular season. I had one for the playoffs. Then I had one for the finals. So I did like about maybe 3 to 4 different courts. Yeah, yeah, Kyle. Yeah, it's cool, man. Yeah, I was just messing with you a little bit there, but yeah, man. Yeah, you can pretty much do. I mean, it's the one thing I don't like about it is and for this, I wanted to upload some Magic Johnson and Larry Bird photos, but for some reason they wouldn't upload. So it really kind of, I'm trying to find a good angle here for you guys. I know I'm taking a while here. I guess I'll just go with this one. Oh, man. Bad pass. Some college rosters. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, whatever you're into. Yeah, I just think at the end of the day, video games should always be fun. Like I'm noticing that 2K is trying to become this ultra competitive league stuff. Like, but you're sacrificing 40-something plus year old man. Trust me. If I want a challenge, I'll just live my life. Life is the only challenge you need. I don't want to come to a video game I got a challenge. I want to come here and relax and escape. I don't need to be coming here getting pissed off. Okay, I get enough of that in the real world. Okay, well, I want to come here. It should be fun and exciting, not a struggle bus. Let's see what Magic does here. I did Showtime. This team is built around Magic. I got Chris Middleton out here. Oh, that's a mismatch. See if they come in double. Nope. Get out of here. Swing it. Oh, okay. Dang. I use that jump pass that time. It's kind of hard. I might have to change the passing settings on here because with Magic, man, he could pass that thing for something. I might have to just go for like directional. Usually I put mine to openness, but I think for Magic I might have to change it to directional to get more control because his passes are so. Well, they're Magic. I mean, they come out fast, and he just he look he's going one way, he's really going the other. Those good things I'm getting used to. I'm not used to try a jump hook here. Nope. Up and under move, didn't get it. I got TJ McConnell. Let me go ahead and check the roster out here for the guys that they won't let me do it. I don't know why you can't substitute. They take so much stuff out of the game. It's ridiculous. You can't even substitute when you're scrimmaging. That's ridiculous. I don't know why is it a scrimmage then if you're You're supposed to be here practicing your strategy. You can't even substitute and get different looks in there. Okay, we got a pick coming up here from Drummond. Got a roll. Magic's free. Penetrate. Who's open, man? Got it. Found it.
That's what's up. Here we go.
Got the Mickey D's in the background. I'm loving it. Oh, McConnell trying to get freaky with the crossover. Got Kelly Olynyk backside help. Got him. His play. Thank you. I got instant replay on that. Let's show that defensive possession real quick, thought. Yeah, I actually let him go because I know I had backside support. Drummond's holding it down. He ain't getting that. Here it comes. Get him outside, set the angle up. He did that so quick. It's gonna be some trickery. Oh man, I got to give 2K credit for that, man. They really did a good job with Magic's rendering. I think the Magic Johnson rendering is better than the Michael Jordan rendering, in my opinion. I think the past 2Ks did a good job with Jordan's rendering, but this one's okay. But my favorite Jordan rendering was, believe it or not, I like the rendering of Jordan from 2013 because some of the stuff they had him doing back then, that shit, man. Even though it was PlayStation 3. Man, that stuff legit looked like Jordan playing for real. Like, especially when remember, you guys remember the 1991 where you switched hands in midair? They actually had that on the game back then, and it looked just like it. They don't do it now. They took that off the game. I don't know why they took the animation away. Yeah, 2016 Jordan's pretty cool, too. Yeah, I thought 2016 Jordan might have the best triple threat moves. Yeah. 2016 Jordan's triple threat, the way he could palm the ball and do all those crazy, those Jordan-like pivot moves from triple threat position. Yeah, that might be from a triple threat perspective, that might be the best Michael. That might be the best Michael 2016, man. From a triple threat perspective. Trying to set somebody up for a three. They really gonna leave him down here? All right. Probably couldn't score. Duncan Robinson stayed with him. By the way, we got Jeremy Grant out here. Jeremy Grant was on the Jordan team. Now he's over here now. We got Duncan Robinson. We got Jordan Clarkson. We got Harrison Barnes. We got Chris Middleton, one of my favorite players. I know he's not what he once was, but I still like his game. Yeah, you see why. I love his game, man. I love Chris Middleton's game, man. One of my favorite players in the NBA over the last 10 years. Not saying he's a great player. I just like his game. Speaking of the NBA, I've been trying to get caught up with what the NBA is going with the playoffs right now. I hear the Cavaliers won 66 games, which is pretty impressive. I'm thinking they're probably the favorites to win it this year, huh? You guys might know better than I do because I haven't really been following like that. And I'm surprised that the Minnesota Timberwolves, I believe they're in the play-in tournament fight. So I'm like, I thought the Timberwolves were up and coming. Like, okay, yeah, I hear OKC. They're on some freaking 96 Bulls type shit. The way I saw them, like, what the heck's going on? Like the damn 96 Bulls out here. I saw some of their record, and then I'm looking at how their team is made. It's like a lot of long, like they kind of give me a Chicago Bulls feel. Like, not in terms like I'm talking like defensively. Like they got a lot of long, rangy guys who can move in the open court defensively. Yeah, that's like that 1990 Chicago feel defensively. Yeah, I'm like, and then that's like they might be a problem, man. If they start playing that type of style, they might change the style of the NBA. Which I'm hoping we'll get back to that. I miss trapping, full court trapping and pressing teams. We don't see that anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking more. Yeah, Shea's great player. But I was thinking more like OKC. Their manpower, the way that they're built, they remind me of Chicago. Late '90s defensively with all that range, like between Shea, Caruso, Jalen Williams, and of course Chet Holmgren. Kind of think about that's a pretty rangy athletic team defensively. And they're very mobile, too. So I'm thinking, yeah, that's kind of giving that Chicago Bull vibe defensively. I'm not saying they're as good as Chicago. I haven't seen them play yet, but just by looking at their roster, like, yeah, that's they could do some pretty special things. They put their mind to it defensively. We'll see. Because I might go ahead and spring for YouTube TV so I can watch the playoffs. I might spring for that. It's pretty pricey, but I'm thinking about it. Since because I don't want to buy, I was thinking about buying NBA League Pass. Man, they make you pay so much, man. And then the thing that kills me, yeah, J Dub with 6'11", 720. Yeah, it's similar to Harper. No, Harper. Jordan has 6'11". Pippen was like 7 foot freaking 3 wingspan. Pippen was just ridiculous. Like Pippen was just not human. His wingspan, I think his wingspan was the same as. Almost, I think it was a hair shorter than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's. Think about that. Pippen was 6'9", 6'8", with the same wingspan as Abdul-Jabbar. Think about that. And he's far quicker. You know what I'm saying? He was ridiculous. He had the quickness of a point guard. Laterally. Ridiculous. Between Harper, Jordan, Rodman, Kukoc, I'm looking at OKC like, you guys kind of look like them. You know what I'm saying? Because Shea's 6'6", he's long, rangy, athletic. Then you got Williams, who's same. Caruso, he's deceptively quick. He's deceptive. And then you got Holmgren. There's no reason why they couldn't be a defensive powerhouse. They put their mind to it. There's absolutely no reason with that kind of a unit. I hate to try to bring the ball up on a trap like that. Because if they ever decide to become a trapping team, they could cause some problems. With all that athleticism and range. Be a good communicating team and got to be willing to sacrifice. Which in today's NBA, that's the hard thing to come by, is guys not wanting to be the star. Everybody wants to gamble on defense, so it's kind of hard. That's why it's hard to have a good defense, because everybody wants to gamble now. Great defenses don't gamble. They have each other's back. That's the number one key about a great team defense. You got to have your man's back, man. You got to be able to call out back picks and call out switches and not gamble every 5 seconds. You got to selectively gamble. You look at all the great defense from the Pistons to the Bulls, the Lakers of the 80s and the Lakers and the Celtics. And the Kobe Shaq Lakers, the Spurs, all the great defense, the Pistons, the 04, all the great defenses were great communicators and were all unselfish. They never gambled. They always had each other's back. And when you think about it, that's how you build a good defense. You gotta be like a fist. You can't be out there being fingers. You gotta be a fist on defense. You can't be a finger. Otherwise, you get fingered. But then again, you don't want to get fisted either. Never mind. Let's just pretend I didn't say that. YouTube algorithm won't take me down for that one. But yeah, you guys get what I'm saying. Get Harrison Barnes here. Alley-oop. Oh, come on, Harrison. Magic put it right there for him. Yeah, you over there laughing. Purple face crying is what it says on my TV. Purple face crying. Magic. I love his layup package, man. It's so dope. God, that's great. You know what they need? 2K need first off, they need to get a Dr. J layup package. Am I the only one who thinking like when you play with Dr. J on here, he's good, but it could be better. You know what I'm saying? Like Jim Carrey said, it was good, but it could be better. I would love to see a Dr. J layup package, man. Where they actually give Julius and all of his glory, like he could just, you know Dr. J when you see it. He, picking the ball up, palming it with one hand, coming across the lane, floating around, dropping it in around the basket, finger rolling up like 5 feet in the air and letting the ball drop in. That type of shit. God, that would be so cool. Another good layup package would be nice. Would be a trying to think of somebody else that probably doesn't get as much love. Yeah, the dunks are cool, but I would love to see the layup package. I would like to see a George Gervin package be redone. Like the Gervin package needs to be redone. Oh, that's gorgeous. I can see that one get redone. Let me see. Oh, let me see who else. Also, I wouldn't mind like seeing the Steve Nash layup package getting redone too. Like Steve Nash had some pretty cool. How can I put this? Zero gravity layups, like those zero. You know what I mean? Those zero. You're barely like 1 inch off the ground, but nobody can block it. You know what I'm saying? like Steve Nash had those zero gravity layups that couldn't like there was like for like 8 years, no one could block his layups, man. Like Steve Nash would just go in the lane, and it'd be like whether it was Tim Duncan or Kevin Garnett or Rasheed Wallace or Ben Wallace, whoever it was, no one could ever block it, man. And he'd be like 1 inch off the ground, and no one could squat it. Like zero gravity. That's why I used to call them zero gravity layups, because he'd barely be off the ground. I think if you go back to, I remember 2K10. I thought 2K10 had the best Steve Nash layup package. You go back and watch Steve Nash's layup package on 2K10. It was really, really authentic. Brother, that brother he'd be like 1 inch off the ground, but I swear you could never block it. Yeah, so the LeBron go-tos and all that stuff, yeah. I feel you, brother. I'm just thinking more about what would be fun to play with. I just want to see. I just want to see NBA. I just want to see the NBA players the way that they were. I just want to see authentic. I just want to see things be authentic. That's the only thing I really care about. I just want to see another layup package would be cool. Can I finally get a Wilt Chamberlain layup package? You know what I'm talking about? That Wilt Chamberlain across the lane finger roll. I'm dying to see that one day in the game, man. So when I'm playing in my Wilt Chamberlain season, I'm always trying to do that move, but I can never do it. It's now in the game. That was one of Wilt's go-to moves, that drop step finger roll in the lane. God, that shit was gorgeous, man. Beautiful. All right, let's go. I'm going to practice with Larry Bird now. Switch over to Boston. Practice with Larry and his boys. Totally different feel over here, isn't it? With this Larry Bird ain't got no crowd. It's just a court. Let me see if I can get a post up here from this big man. And I built this team kind of to be like the 80s Celtics. I have a lot of big guys and defensive guards. So this team is kind of built like the 80s Celtics. Because I got Jalen Durden as my second best player on the team. He's basically my Robert Parrish, essentially. And then I got Bol to be my starting power forward. And then you got Bird small. And I have my point guard would be Fred VanVleet, basically to be my poor man's Dennis Johnson. And I'd emphasize the word poor because he ain't nowhere near as good as Dennis Johnson was. But he's close in terms of his skill set. That's a mismatch. Come on, Bo. Come on, Bo. You can't make that. Come on, man. Big man. He ain't making himself available to the ball. Can't stand playing on 2K. Let me change this view. I never like it. Go back to Rail High, I guess. Let's go back to this. And we got Larry Nance Jr. over there. Bird on the wing. Caruso too small to bother the shot. Yeah. Bird just missed that one. There we go. Nice pass by Bird. Man, I tell you, the one thing about I would say this Magic's team seems, in my opinion, the way that I've built them, Magic's team is more skill based. This team is more gritty. The way that they're built. Magic's team has a lot more skilled players on it. This team's more of it's more grit and grind. Man, I played a game last night against the Dallas Mavericks. Kyrie Irving actually destroyed. I think he scored 50 points. Bird from 20. Wet. Like that. Here they come. Oh. Oh. Damn. Bird went to the sauce packet on that one, boy. That was one of those. That was that sweet and sour packet. Sauce he came with. Damn. The man of the hour. Too sweet to be sour. Let's get a play going for my big man. See what his game is. He's supposed to have a good back to the basket game. My man Wagner over here. That's why I drafted him. Okay. Might have found himself a weapon. He's going to be our Kevin McHale. Yeah, right. I would.
Oh, hit that.
Caruso's a really good player. He's a steal. I'm surprised that OKC waived him in the expansion draft. When I saw Caruso, I was like, yeah, I gotta have him. Caruso's one of those players. He'll go down as like one of the better players of his era. Like, you know, every era has, those guys that don't get talked about. Like, like the way Sam Cassell was in the 90s. Like, everybody, like, he gets the respect of his peers, but, the average fan doesn't know about him. Caruso's going to be one of those kind of guys. When you look back in the era, you think, oh, that guy was a really good basketball player. He'll never make the Hall of Fame, but he'll go down as one of the better players of his era. Just a good, solid, all-around basketball player. Oops. Wrong button. Every era has that. Like I said, Sam Cassell was the 90s, was like that, the early 2000s. Derek Fisher. Oh, got something here. Good shot. Guys like Derek Fisher. Let's see. Who else? Someone like Dan Marley. Remember Dan Marley? The 90s? Guys like that. Bird curling wide open. Woo! Damn. Brother don't be catching no rim on them threes, bro. Yes. Caruso got a mismatch. Shoot that. Shoot Scott. Didn't hit it. It's all right, though. Just trying to see how these guys. Some of these guys already know their game. I just look by their stats. That's why I drafted them. I've never really played with them before, so I'm trying to get a feel for them as we go through the season. Like this gentleman here, what's his name? Miller. So I don't want to rely on Larry Bird every day. You can't win like that. You watch my Jordan series. Yeah, Jordan took over, but there were times where guys had to step up, like Bogdanovich, Michael Porter Jr. had good games. Jalen Williams, of course, my man. Oh, there. Nice. I love that pick. I high pick and roll with Bird and Duran. Bird's got great passing ability, too. It's not as flashy as Magic, but he's really accurate. He can be flashy, though, but not as. I don't know what Caruso was on without. Oh, got a mismatch. Nope, not here. There it is on Caruso. Let's see if they come with the double team. They might come on the dribble. Oh, they're going to let him go. Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh. That is brutal. Up too early. But, yeah, I'm thinking about going ahead and getting NBA TV so I can follow the playoffs this year. But I'm interested because it seems like we're having a changing of the guard era. Like this is going to be the OKC, Cleveland, or I should say, the first Cleveland Cavalier team without LeBron James to make some noise. Like usually when you think about Cleveland, you think about, oh, well, LeBron James must be there. Well, no, Cleveland's kicking ass, and LeBron ain't got nothing to do with it. When's the last time you said that? When's the last time you said that? I think Mark Price was playing and Brad Daugherty were playing. Shit. Sheesh. Like the only time that Cleveland did anything, LeBron was involved, man. Like I looked at Cleveland's regular things. LeBron plays back in Cleveland? I haven't been watching, guys. I had to get caught up. I was like, man, I thought LeBron was back in Cleveland. I saw their record. But this I like their team build. I mean, they have a lot of. I like good defensive teams. I think good defense leads to good offense. That's how you get your fast breaks and your exciting plays in the open court. Those are the real fun teams to watch. The teams that can get out there and cause turnovers and have good big men who can run the floor. Cleveland seems to have all that. So I wouldn't mind checking them out, getting caught up with what's going on with the NBA. So I'm flirting with going ahead and paying for NBA, not NBA TV, but YouTube TV because the playoffs are obviously going to be on, I believe, TNT for the last time, obviously, because I know NBC's getting after this year. And we'll see what goes on with that. But it'll be on, I believe, ESPN, ABC, and TNT, I believe. So thinking about, but I hear that stuff costs like about $70. That's a lot of money for. I don't watch television, so that's a lot of. For me, that's a big investment, man, just to watch games. But you gotta be thinking it's for a month. Then you gotta think too. That's a tough shot by Larry. You gotta be thinking too, like you get it for a month. Playoffs usually take about. Depending on how the series go, you could be looking at anywhere between 2 months to a month and a half. So I probably have to pay that's probably going to be like over almost $200. You know what I'm saying? Just to watch basketball. I'm like, does Lexington Strong Style really want to do this? Like, is it worth $200 to watch the NBA playoff? Like, I'm thinking to myself, bro, that could be some hamburgers at Burger King, or that could be some, I don't know, man. It could be a lot of things, man. $200, that could be a lot of stuff, man. Like, I like what Cleveland's doing out there, but I don't like them that much, man. Like, I appreciate these guys, but man, you guys are asking me to pay $200 just to watch you guys go out there and try to bring it home for Cleveland one more time without the King being there. The first championship without LeBron being involved.
Come get it. Come get it.
Larry Bird, head fake, step back behind the basket. Oh, he couldn't hit it. The fact that he got that shot off and had a chance of going in is crazy. He actually can make that behind the basket shot with a good frequency, I think. Let's try it again. Oh, my goodness. This dude is sick, bro. Look at this, brother. Look at this joker, man. Bro. Just came off the dribble. Good pick by De'Aaron. Freed him up. Behind the basket. Looking like Kobe. I said before, man, Bird, Jordan, and Kobe got the same style. They just, nobody notices because they don't look at Larry Bird the same way they look at Jordan and Kobe, because you got to understand they're all three of them use the same fundamentals. It's just you're talking about three different bodies. Let's get into this, because I like talking about this. It's one of my favorite subjects. I love Bird, Jordan, and Kobe are basically the same player to me, in my opinion. My offensive standpoint, in terms of getting your shot off. It's just that they're using the same fundamentals. Okay, but you're looking at three distinctively different body types. Let's start with Michael Jordan. We know what Michael is extremely muscular, broad-shouldered, 6'6", and highly explosively athletic. Okay, he's going to look. His moves are going to be very broad, clear stroke, very, very strong, and very, very, quite frankly, dominating looking. Bird, 6'9", gangly, not a lot of muscle in terms of like stiff muscle, not really broad shoulder, kind of has like sloping shoulders, and he's longer legged than both Kobe and Mike. So he's going to look a lot different when he performs his moves. And then you got Kobe. Kobe is basically Spider-Man. I mean, he's like probably the most flexible looking NBA player I've ever seen. Like, he has there were times I don't think Kobe had bones. Seriously. There were times I didn't think Kobe had bones. Because there be moves he be pulling out. Like, when he does a fadeaway, like, he'll jackknife his body, and his leg will swing like he's getting ready to go around his leg. You know when Kobe does that one fadeaway where he turns over the right shoulder and his leg swings out extremely out to the left? It looks like his leg is getting ready to wrap about his whole self. It's crazy. But at the heart of it, it's the same fundamental base that all three men are using. They just look different because you got three distinctively different body types. That's why no one makes this. I mean, we all like to say Kobe copied Jordan and everything, but Bird and Jordan use the same fundamentals every single time. They just look different because the body types are different. And nobody ever makes that connection. I can show you highlights of Larry Bird and Michael Jordan that look exactly alike. They just look totally different because, again, from my original point that I just made. So, same thing with Dirk Nowitzki and Olajuwon. There are times that Olajuwon does move. Like, everybody talks about, remember Dirk Nowitzki's signature fadeaway off of 1 foot? Well, Olajuwon had that same move. You just never recognized it because Olajuwon doesn't look the same as Dirk do. But it's the same philosophy, though. So, there really are, at the end of the day, there really are no new moves. It's just players who invoke They like because basketball for us fans, it's more of an emotional experience because we connect with these players by the way that they play and what they make us feel when they deliver performances. And when you get tied into one player, specifically one where you like, for me, I grew up on Larry Bird and Michael Jordan. I was a grown man when I watched Kobe. So for me, those players are like, I look at Bird and Jordan the way I look at Captain America and like Superman. Like they're like superheroes to me. Like I was like an 8-year-old boy watching them. When I was watching Kobe, I was in my mid early 20s. So it's a different experience. You don't have the same type of reverence that you would have when you watch something as a kid. It's the same. I'm pretty sure it's the same way. Like you get an old timer, like the way they talk about old baseball players, like Mickey Mantle. Like you go find somebody who's north of 72 years old, tell them to talk about Mickey Mantle or Willie Mays. Their eyes will start lighting up. Their eyes will start lighting up. Like he's talking about, I talk about or Muhammad Ali or somebody like that they grew up. It's the same thing with them. Let's see if we can get up. Here comes Bird again. Open from 20. Cash money. Cash money. All right. I think we're ready for a game here. I'm going to go ahead and hit this stream. Start me a game up here pretty soon. Let's go ahead and see who's up next. I think Bird's team is up next. I think Team Larry is up next on the Daily View. Let's see who's up. Let's just go ahead and play it. Yeah, Team Larry's up next. They're playing the Hornets next. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this stream here on the practice. I'm going to start the Hornets stream probably in the next 5 to 10 minutes, guys. And if you guys want to join, go ahead, like, share, subscribe this video and any other video, and check out my other videos too. As we are now continuing with the Larry Bird and Magic Johnson in the modern NBA. Let's see which team could do the best with two teams built around the two of the greatest all-around players that the sport has ever seen. Continuing here on Rexton Strong Style Sports. I will see you guys back within the next 10 minutes. Like, share, subscribe, baby. See you soon.